in a peculiar way. It is said that the eagle builds a nest in a kind of a huge fashion to fit her own anatomy and that of her young. But basically, the nest is rather crude and rough. But then as that nest graduates toward a finish, it is said that the material becomes finer and finer and finally soft and downy like cotton, so that the little eaglets can be comfortable in the nest. But when those eaglets have grown up and ought to be out scuffling for themselves, that parent eagle push them out of the nest, take them upon her back, fly out into the blue yonder, and when they are unsuspecting, she dives from beneath them and leave them flopping their little wings, trying to stay aloft. It is said that she circles around above them and watches them while they struggle. And she knows when they have become exhausted. She knows when they can't stay aloft any longer. And when they are about to go down, she dives beneath them and catches them on her back. I think God does us like us. God does us like that sometime. I believe that sometime we find ourselves in the comfortable nest of circumstances, luxury or security or both, and we get so comfortable we don't bother to struggle. We are satisfied right where we are. And then God take us out, allow some circumstances to develop to push us out of our nest of security. And then when we find ourselves, we're on our own wing. Well, have you felt like that sometime? Sometime in prayer, you reach out and it doesn't seem that he is there. Like Job, you go out ahead and you turn to the right and to the left and you go back over your path and it doesn't seem that he is there. Or he's there all right, as he's everywhere. He's above us. He's looking down on us. But he's allowing us to try our own wings. I don't believe you hear me tonight. And before we really fall, why, he will come in and catch us when we are descending. I don't believe you hear me. But what I'm about to say, that, you know, preaching means nothing except just reciting Bible stories, unless you can make it relevant to life today. Now, the question is God still stirring the nest? That's what I want to ask you. Yes, he's still stirring the nest. He stirred the nest in history when we came as slaves to this country. You don't hear me. I know it was rough, and I know it was bad, and I know that we had a hard time. Oh, Lord. And we feel that it was a long time. It was according to our calendars. But you see, God doesn't work by our calendars. He works by eternity. Oh, Lord. So 400 years was just a little while with God. You don't hear me tonight. Looking back, it looked like to me it was a long time. Oh, Lord. It seemed like the night was too long. But God, it was just a minute in eternity. And my great-grandparents were slaves. But oh, look where her great-grandson stands tonight. Oh, Lord, why God has been stirring the nest. Oh, Lord, in suffering there is redemption. Oh, Lord, unfortunately, for us to be ourselves, we have to suffer. Unfortunately, for us to know ourselves, sometimes we have to suffer. Oh, Lord, and my great-grandparents and their parents suffered vicariously for me and for you. You don't hear me tonight. I see God stirring the nest. In labor, God stirred the nest. You don't hear me. I said in labor, when they had the labor wars and the labor struggle, oh Lord, when men were made to work from kin to cant, it was God stirring the nest. You go to the factory now, you get a guarantee of so much an hour, and you work under humane labor conditions, because in the labor struggle, God is stirring the nest. I wish I had somebody here to pray with me. God was stirring the nest. Yeah. And then, may I say, another instance where God was stirring the nest. After World War I, well, the black man has never been seen in this country anymore. A new world for him, and his outlook was different. And after traversing the soil of Europe, he was no more satisfied and down on the floor. And the black migration, about 1 million from the south to the north, was God stirring the nest. You don't hear me. Not only World War I, but World War II and all the other wars. Suffering, yes. It was killing, yes. It was bloodshed, yes. But it takes that sometime for God to bring us where He wants us. Oh, yes, it does. Oh, Lord. And now, right now, God is not only stirring the nest in the domestic situation, oh Lord, but in this world, God is stirring the nest